It's gonna be super hot the next few days, so we wanna go over a few tips in order to stay cool. The first thing I'm gonna recommend is making sure your doors are all sealed properly in your home. Like you can see, this door has the barrier right here. It's nice and tight. There's no outside air coming in. If your door doesn't seal properly, then you may need to look into that, because if you have outside air coming in that's 100 degrees, that's obviously gonna make your system not work very well. Making sure that your blinds and your shades are 100% closed. That's gonna minimize the amount of sunlight that comes into the home and raising the temperature. I also recommend, if you don't have like a thermal imaging gun, which most people don't, just laying around their house, you can take your hand and feel around the window. And when it's 100 degrees outside, you're gonna feel that outside air coming in through the window. If you feel spots in there, you may need to look into sealing your windows. You can maybe use some silicone, some caulk, or advise a window company to help you out with that. Temporarily, if you have like a broken window or something, you could put some film across the window. Again, we wanna make sure we minimize outside air coming into the home. People always have these issues where their house is so hot, but they're not doing the things that they can. Minimizing the amount of times you open and close the doors, letting your dogs outside. You don't want to have your sliding glass door open more than a few seconds at a time, because all that hot air is going to come into the house, and then now your system's working on overtime to keep that thing going. Another thing you can do is check your air filter. Airflow is one of the most important aspects of making sure the system can move enough air. If it's not moving enough air, this coil in here is actually going to get too cold because it's not absorbing the heat, and it's eventually going to freeze up from lack of airflow, or it's just not going to remove the proper amount of heat like it needs to.